Social Cam, it's Jessica, and this video is about commitment. Someone almost hit my car. Praise Jesus, lady. Sorry. This video is going to be about commitment, and basically, what are you committed to? I watched a series by T.D. Jakes about commitment, and it really made me think, what are you truly committed to in regards of, you go to church, you sit in the pews, you get the word, but are you committed to anything? Are you in a ministry? What is your church getting from you? And like he stated, he kept saying the word reciprocity, reciprocity, reciprocity. And I looked it up, and it's basically, I give to you, you give back to me. So if your pastor is always imparting into you and pouring into you, what are you pouring back into the ministry? Or what are you pouring back into your man or woman of God? What are you, just a church member? Are you just someone who goes and sits in the pews or chairs or what have you and just sits there and just takes and takes and takes and takes? Or are you someone who, you take something and you give something back? You take something and you give something back. So I had to really check myself, and, you know, as my best friend says, check my Holy Ghost, to see, you know, make sure that I wasn't just a taker. Make sure that I wasn't just someone who just comes and just takes something. And that's being somebody who is committed and having a commitment, and not just in church, but having a commitment in life. Like, I posted on my Instagram a couple, I don't know if it was yesterday, today, one of these days, and said that a lot of people want to know why my friend circle is so small. It's slowly getting bigger, but why my friend circle is so small? It takes a commitment to be in a friendship. It takes a commitment to be in a relationship. It takes a commitment to be in a marriage. And a relationship without commitment is not going to work. So, are you fully committed to your relationship with Christ? Like, please know that Christ gives and gives. He is a giver. He is an awesome giver. He gives when you don't even deserve. He gives when you don't even need. He gives when, just because he loves you so much that he gives and gives and gives. But what are you giving back to Christ? Like, have you say, we sing the song, you know, I give myself away so you can use me. But do you really give yourself away? Like, have you yielded your life and your desires and your wants and needs to the will of God? Have you given God your life? Because the best gift, like, he died and gave us and laid down his life for us, for me. And you do have to make it personal. Like, God laid down his life over 2,000 and something years ago for Jessica. So what is Jessica going to give God back for that? My life. I mean, I have to submit my will to God's will, to live for him, so that my life can be a testimony and testament, so that when I die, that someone will be able to say, I mean, even if I only bring one person to Christ, two people, if I only literally bring one person to Christ, then amen to that. And there are people walking by my car. Sorry. But what type of commitment have you given your church? What type of commitment have you given your man or woman of God? And really think about that and meditate on it, because you shouldn't always be a taker. You should be a giver. And I know that no matter how big or small your church is, there is in some way, shape, or form that you can serve, that you can make an impact, that you can make the load lighter. Because even in the smallest church, if you just come down and just help clean the church, or just wash windows, or clean pews, or vacuum, or clean the bathroom, something that way your man or woman of God doesn't have to do it. Just as you give from God and as you receive from God and receive from your man or woman of God and receive everything that you receive, make sure you give back. Make sure you're committed to your ministry, and make sure that you are committed to what you set your mind to. You say that you give your life to God, and you say that you give yourself away. Be committed to that. Don't flip-flop and don't change. So that's the only thought for this subject. It'll be more to come. Later, peoples. Deuces.